Let's talk about love. We're talking about soulmate love. This is going to be a jam-packed video. So for those of you that are interested in love, in the beautiful experience of love, there is going to be a lot of points that's going to be covered in this video. Starting with the soulmate versus the twin flame connection. It's very important that you understand the distinction between the two. What you want to be looking for is your divine life partner soulmate. So the most compatible soulmate. That's what you want to be looking for. So keep on watching this video all the way to the end, and I'm going to break everything down for you. So we're going to look at the 7 different kinds of soulmates. You don't just have one soulmate. You have multiple soulmates. And so we're going to speak about what it is that you need to do to be sure that you can get this person that you want them to get. All right, how important that is, how important is that you are clear. We're going to speak about that. Did you know that if you are in a relationship, if you are married, even if it's a rocky and stormy connection, you may already be with your soulmate. You may already be with your divine life partner soulmate. It's very, very possible. We have to look at some beliefs that might sometimes cause you to not believe that, but in actual fact, you might already be with your divine compatible soulmate. It's very, very important to understand that. I'm going to share with you 2 personal stories of myself, which are actually quite crazy. What happened to me during the coaching of the soulmate coaching. It's very, very important to understand that if you are about to leave your partner, if you are thinking of breaking up with this person, especially, sorry, especially if you want it to be like an amicable sort of breakup, it is important that you don't sleep with these people. I'm going to explain to you why. It is imperative that you do not. This is usually what causes those tumultuous breakups. All right? So if you're thinking of breaking up with your person, letting them go, and you might still want to be friends, maybe you got kids, maybe you don't want to be enemies, you're in the same social circles, it's very important that you do not sleep with them. And I'm going to tell you why. All right? There is something, so you want to make a list of what exactly it is that you want from your divine soulmate, and there is one definite point that you want to put on there, a definite point about the monogamy gene, and I'm going to give that to you later, and then I'm going to end off all of this video with a beautiful prayer that is written by Vina Stiebel, who is the founder of ThetaHealing. And she created this course, the soulmate course. This book is available online. You can buy it like on Amazon and all those places. Now, let's get right into it. Let's jump right into it. We're going to start with soulmate and twin flame, but I got to tell you the story first before we get into it, which is actually quite bizarre. So first of all, welcome to the video. I'm Adrian Nelson. I'm a life transformation guide and coach. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you're coming back, welcome back. If you haven't yet done so, please subscribe. Leave me the comments. Let me know where in the world we are connecting from. What is your feel on love? What is your opinion on love? How open are you to love? You know, here's the thing. Everybody wants love. I don't care what you tell me. Everybody wants love. As human beings, we are communal beings. We always do better together. And no matter how spiritual or enlightened or whatever you are, everybody wants to have that experience where they can feel, oh, baby, you complete me. You know, and yes, the idea is not that somebody else completes you. The idea is that you experience your happiness and your joy and your fullness together. But let's call a spade a spade. Everybody wants that connection of love. And you know what, a lot of times, and I'm just going to put it out there, especially if you're like a spiritualist, you know, or like a practicing, maybe wellness practitioner, something like that, you may get to a point where you say, I don't care about love anymore. I just want to live in a cabin by the woods in nature, and I just don't want to care about nothing. I just want to get myself a cat or a dog or a parrot or whatever, and I don't even care about love. You've been hurt. You have got some pain happening inside of you. How do I know that? Because that was me. That was me. And trust me when I tell you, it might be beautiful to live in the country. It might be beautiful to live in nature. Absolutely amazing. I'm very privileged to be doing that. But it won't change the feeling inside. That you can trust me on. That you can quote me on. Okay? So, when I got this book about a month and a half before the coaching started, Theta Healing Coaching with my incredible coach, Nianell. There's a link for in the description. She's an excellent coach. So, I started to read this book. Man, I promise you, for like 2 days, all I did was cry. I am talking about bitter, heartbreaking, soul-tearing, crying. eyes were all swollen up. Take my dog for a walk with like big sunglasses on so that nobody sees me, you know. And so 2 days down the line, crying so much all the time, I said, okay, let me find out what this is about. Let's find out what's actually going on here. You know, and then I tapped in with the Creator. I took a breath. I'm going to take you through a very short one with this at the end when I read for you the prayer that Vina Stable wrote for soulmate healing, which is and connection, which is so beautiful. But, you know, breathe it in, you know, tapped in with the Creator and asked the Creator, what is going on here? Source revealed to me what is going on here. And I realized that I was petrified of love. Not just scared, petrified, horrified, mortified, all the horrible fights, you know. And, you know, a lot of this has to do with my upbringing and, you know, in love itself, same as maybe this relates to you. Maybe for you, maybe for someone else. You know, if you feel you're comfortable, you can share it. But I've gone through a lot of tumultuous things when it comes to love because I was desperately looking for somebody to complete me. And when you look for someone to complete you, life is going to give you lessons to give you the realization that nobody's going to complete you. You know what I mean? So, you know, quite a bit of trauma in my childhood, not the best of examples of what love is, what stable love is. And a lot of times we don't know what that feels like. So if you don't know, you know, and this is something I would do in sessions, but even just by yourself, take a nice deep breath, 3 deep breaths in and out just to calm down. And ask the Creator, show me, what are my beliefs about love? What are my beliefs about life and happiness and joy and my worth and my value and my deservency? Show me. And then realize what is it that you want to feel and ask the Creator to download you with those feelings. See in your mind's eye, picture and vision the feeling that you want to feel in a connection, in a soulmate connection. See it coming down from the purest part of Creator's light and feel what it feels like. Because a lot of us don't know what it feels like to feel that beautiful connection of love. We don't know what it feels like to give love, to receive love, to not sacrifice ourselves for love. A lot of us don't know what that feels like. And if you don't, you know, it is what it is, but you can do something about it. So this video is really to help you, and the practices that I do is to help you to not have to kind of, you know, have your heart go through the blender experience first before you can understand what it is that you want. Okay, so if you want that beautiful soulmate connection without all of that horrific things that goes along with it, stay tuned. All right, so the 7 different kinds of soulmates, and we're starting off with the very first one, which is the twin flame connection. Now, a lot of people say they want a twin flame, and here's the thing about the twin flame. Irrespective of gender, that person is exactly like you. So you have to ask yourself a very honest question. Would I want to date me? You know, with all of your everythings. Okay? Because usually we want somebody who's going to sort of complement us, and we're going to complement them, and you're going to even each other out, and you're going to challenge each other in a healthy way so that you can grow. Because what also happens is if you are with somebody who's exactly like you, you're going to get very fed up of this person very quickly because they're not going to challenge you. It's going to feel like you're speaking to yourself. And you know what is the interesting thing about that? When you find that kind of connection, it can almost be like you fit like hand and glove, but it feels horribly unfulfilling inside. So you are right on paper, but you know, you don't feel it inside. They don't give you that ooh la la, that spark. You know what I mean? Then there's the incompatible soulmate. The incompatible soulmate is a soul that you have known before. Okay? So there is an emotional and even like a physical attraction to this person, but they're not compatible with you. So it's almost like sometimes we meet someone or we see a picture of someone, you go like, ooh, you know, wouldn't mind getting myself a piece of that. But then you really get to know this person and you're not really that compatible. You know, maybe they're not really funny and maybe you like funny. Or, you know, they're very clueless, very directionless, or like you're just different. You just don't match. You're not compatible, even though initially you thought you were. And unfortunately, sometimes people stay in those connections. Okay, and then it doesn't benefit anybody. The diamond in a rough soulmate. Now, this is quite an interesting one. Okay, this is someone that can be compatible with you, but there is still some work that maybe they need to do on their side and some work that you might to do on your side. So for example, you might be, say, the perfect match for someone, but maybe not right now, maybe in 2 years' time. Maybe you going through a divorce, or they getting through an illness, or they're finding themselves, or stuff like that. And a lot of times when when we were this one as well as the next one that I'm going to speak about, we say, I want that connection now. I want that person now, irrespective, I don't care. Then we typically get this diamond in the rough person, soulmate, who could be our compatible soulmate. We could be perfect for each other, but there's still some work that needed to be done. So it's almost like buying the most amazing car in the world, but it hasn't been spray painted yet. Inevitably, it's not going to look that grand. It's probably going to rust. Now, I don't know at which point car parts get sprayed. It might be individually, but you get the gist of the example, right? And then there's the unfinished business soulmate. Okay? So these are people that have unfinished business in another connection. Most likely a romantic connection, but it could be in business. It could be in confidence. Maybe you on a more holistic, clean way of living, and they might still be very dependent on their tablets, for example. So they still have some things to do. So it's almost like, almost like the other ones. But the unfinished business one is that they still have some past things that needs to be resolved. But whatever those past things is, they are linked to a relationship itself. Okay? So the wonderful thing with this one is that you will get the opportunity to meet again in future. So, that is how sometimes we meet someone, they disappear from our lives, and at the right time they come back. Because now your vibration, your energy matches, The compatible soulmates are two soulmates who are perfect for each other now, but they still need to grow. So you are compatible, but you still need to grow. Maybe you need to still learn a little bit more about finances or love or confidence or how to run a business. And as a person who runs my own business, I will tell you that up until very recently, I don't really feel that I myself was very ready for my divine life soul partner soulmate, because I was focusing on my business. I didn't have time for it, Sorry. So these are all the things we look at in a session. So you don't make this beautiful connection with a person, and then, when you make the beautiful connection, it doesn't work out, because there's few things in life more heartbreaking than that, Then we have the compatible life soulmate. Okay? So these are the people that are compatible soulmates with that added, spiritual connection. This is where I would say majority of couples who are happy, this is where they are at. They can make it work. They can find a way to love each other. They can learn to love each other. They may have the same interest, so maybe they both like golf. That sort of thing. Read, watching it, playing it, making snacks for the golf players, whatever. So you can grow that way. And then what you want, and this is what you want to ask the Creator for, and this is what you want to write on your list, is your divine life partner soulmate. Okay? This is a person who they share your divine timing. And divine timing is the timing of the soul, the purpose of the soul. When people speak about the dream, that the Creator dream for you when you are called into being. This is that sort of connection that you are in alignment with your divine timing, they're in alignment with their divine timing, so you're both living your life purpose, and so you're also living your mission in this lifetime on earth, and that is the connection that will just complete you. And that is when you get these powerful couples, where they just support each other, that they grow together, they work together, It is just, they have a lot of fun together. It's very easy, okay? There is no competition. They are not, they don't get into things like jealousy about money, or I make more money than you, or, you get more acknowledgement than me, and that sort of thing. That you don't get that. With your divine life partner soulmate. It's like this perfect person that's sort of like carved out for you. Now, here's the thing. If you are in a relationship, or even if you are in a marriage, you may already be connected to your divine life partner soulmate. But a lot of times, because of beliefs that we have, we don't allow ourselves to even contemplate that. And then we create all sorts of problems. So you can already be with your person or be in love with your person and possibly even them prospectively with you, but because of subconscious beliefs, that connection isn't held or isn't maintained. Okay? And this is when it comes down to issues of worth and value and worthiness and, that sort of things. And again, your subconscious beliefs about love and about happiness and about freedom and about choice. And so in Theta Healing, we look at your beliefs across all 4 of the different belief levels, because most, sort of, let's call them healing practices or wellness practices, they only go on the conscious level. But we also want to go on the generational level. What are the beliefs about love and worthiness that you may have inherited from your ancestors? And those things can be very strong because your consciousness doesn't even know that you are in a new body. Consciousness duplicates upon itself. Remember, when a fetus is formed, it's 2 tiny parts that come together that becomes one and duplicates upon itself. Consciousness duplicates upon itself. When you are born with a very definitive set of principles, values, beliefs, morals, ideas about love, about the soulmate, about what love means. Very definite idea. Okay? So through a session, we want to see what are those beliefs. And some of those beliefs are crazy. They're really, really crazy. If you want to maybe look at what are some of those beliefs that you may have inherited, look at your family. Look at where you grew up. Look at the dynamics in love there. That is going to tell you what your beliefs are. Because we take on the beliefs that we are presented with. Okay? So in that sense, a lot of times people are very scared that if they have some of these sessions with me, and typically I would say 1, if you're very serious, maybe you have like 4. What I normally do is, now this may change in future, but at the time of doing this video, if you book and pay for 4 sessions, I also give you a 5th one free. You can take that 5th one for yourself, you give it to someone else. If it's like in a partner dynamic, then we can maybe have like a one-on-one, we can get some group things together, very beneficial. And you will find that more often than not, it will heal your relationship, or if it does so happen that you go in separate directions, you can do so in a peaceful way, So none of that throwing each other with pots and pans and throwing clothes over the balcony and, things like that. None of those are necessary, okay? So I want to tell you this very quickly because I thought this was funny. And so when we do this coaching, obviously you want to also understand within yourself what your beliefs are. Because how can I help you if I don't understand what my beliefs are? So there are 2 things very strongly that came up for me, apart from the fact that I'm petrified of love, but why? So the one, my biggest grievance basically was that I'm a very nice person. I really, really am. I do my best to be a good citizen of the world. I do my best to be kind and to be respectful and, just to be a nice person of planet Earth. I really make a conscious effort. So my upset was that you find these people in this world that are not nice people, they don't care, but then they've got connections in love and they've got help and they've got support, and it really irritated me. But then in session, so this is how crazy the mind beliefs can be. When I tapped in session, I say, okay, where's this coming from? I realized that when I was born, now don't get me wrong, none of this was placed heavily upon me. It's just that in my family, especially in my mother's side of the family, they are mostly girls. It's just a very normal thing. So when I was born, it was just expected that I would be a girl. Nobody was unhappy because I'm a boy or anything like that. But this is the thing about the mind. The mind takes everything very black and white. They expected a girl, they got a boy, so the mind takes on the idea, I'm not good enough, I'm not meeting expectations. Okay? And then so what happened in my mind, because the mind will always try to protect you. So I decided I'm not going to be too fully immersed in this experience of life. I am just going to live and then I'm going to die. And trust me when I tell you, a fetus has got full consciousness. This idea that fetus don't know nothing, we are consciousness. We are consciousness, expanding, building upon itself, duplicating upon itself. So I couldn't really be with someone because I wasn't even being fully in this earth experience of living and being. Do you know what I'm saying? I wasn't fully here. I was just sort of semi-doing life. So how could I be with another person and experience this beautiful gift of soulmate love in this earth plane when I am not fully here? The other one is that I have always despised small talk. Like I have despised it with a passion, you know. But then I realized within myself there was a deeper belief that I don't have anything important to say. So again, it's those deeper belief, conscious, generational, history beliefs from past life, past experiences, and also on a soul level, your heart level, your love level, you know. So on a soul level, I wasn't fully here. I was there. I was a semi-sparkle of light. You know what I mean? So here's the thing. When you want to, if you decided that you don't want to be with someone, you don't want to have intercourse with that person. And this is the reason why you don't. Because our molecules are always talking to each other. So when you have intercourse with someone, and a condom makes no difference here. When you have intercourse with someone, you make a soul connection. And you take on their beliefs and they take on your beliefs. And that is often how you get toxic couples that just can't leave each other. You know, they leave each other, they know it's the best decision, they get together, they have intercourse, suddenly the love is back because all of those hormones start to spin. Okay? And so what you want to do is when you want to speak clearly in the universe what it is and who it is that you want as a soulmate, you want to be clear, write it down, be specific. What eye color do you want them to have? What race do you want them to be? What height do you want them to be? If you could create your own avatar of a person, what do they look like? What would their personality be? Would they be doing the dishes? You know, would they be able to cook? Would they be a driver? How will they be in business? You want to be so specific. And there's something important that you want to know. There is a gene called the monogamy gene. Now, I definitely have that gene. I can tell you that. But the thing is, when women mostly have the monogamy gene, and I think about a quarter or so of men, total men, have the monogamy gene. But it's definitely more women than men. So what it is, when you have the monogamy gene, you only want to be with one person. You don't want to be with multiple partners, none of those sort of things. When you don't have the monogamy gene, you are happy to play the field. You can be in a committed relationship, and I've met people like this before, and I promise you it used to boggle the life out of me. Especially when I worked in more corporate environments and there were lots of men, and this one speaks about, you know, sleeping with this girl, and, you know, this one did that with that girl, and oh my goodness. And I'm like, I don't understand this. How can you guys do this? And they're like, no, there's different kinds of love. You've got the love for your partner, and then you've got, you know, sort of like love for other people, but apparently you're not disrespecting anybody. So when you don't have the monogamy gene, that's how your brain will work, you know. Whereas if you have the monogamy gene, it doesn't mean that you won't cheat, but it'll probably eat you alive so badly that you will just have to go and confess. So if you even want to put that down, if you want to play, you know, mass games and you get like in group stuff and all those sort of things, and you want an Eiffel Tower and whatever, by all means, you write it down on your list. But if that's not what you want to be very sure that you also write down that you want somebody with the monogamy gene. Okay? Otherwise, you might find this wonderful person who also thinks that other people are wonderful. All right? So the thing is, when you have one of these sessions, and I'm going to do that beautiful prayer for you now. So it's important to understand that when you come and see me for a soulmate connection, even if you are in a relationship at the moment, so whether you're single or not, it is always about you. So that you don't have to connect with someone and then maybe that person is a, you know, incompatible soulmate. So you're with them for a couple of months or a couple of years, and you have to go through that heartbreak. This is all about you becoming ready for your love. So I said one session it's a beautiful, but if you want to really be sure that you're 100% perfect for love in all ways, and you get that clarity so that you attract that, you know, divine life partner soulmate, then you want to book a couple of sessions. You know, somebody else might disagree. This is my experience. It's a good idea. All right, and obviously I've been doing this for a while, long before I started Theta Healing, which was in June 2024. But I'm telling you, it's quite something. My life has changed so phenomenally. But I have been a tarot reader for like more than 20 years. I've been a hypnotherapist for about 7 years. So I've been dealing with this quite a lot. So I feel that just on a personal note, we change so much for other people that we often just lose ourselves. And you want to be yourself and find yourself and be able to celebrate yourself easy peasy, peacefully and calmly in love. Love is supposed to make your life better, not worse. There will be challenges, but not the kind of challenges that's like winning problems. That's what you want. You know what I mean? All right. So this is a soulmate prayer by Vina Stable. So what I'm going to invite you to, if it's safe for you to do so, if it's not safe, don't do it. But take a nice breath and just breathe in. And as you breathe out, let your consciousness just flow down into the earth. And as you breathe in again, I want you to gather energy from the earth, from Mother Earth, that is part of all that is. Pull it through your body. Use the breath to pull it through your feet, your legs, your energy centers, your whole body, and to pop out in a ball of light above your head. Notice the color and the texture of that ball of light. Place your consciousness inside of that ball of light. And as you take a breath and you release that breath, I want you to allow that ball of light with your consciousness to just go up. You can even think the word up, 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 up. Into the universe and beyond the universe, because the Creator is bigger than the universe. You start moving through many different layers of light, bright layers and dark layers, bright layers and dark layers, bright layers and dark layers, until eventually you shoot into this beautiful golden sunlight that it's like it's alive. And then moving all the way up, 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 until you start moving through a jelly-like substance, and these are the laws of the universe. I want you to just keep on moving up like you're moving up through water, and notice above you the most beautiful, gentle pink mist. This is the law of compassion. Float into this energy in your ball of light. And as you do, I want you to witness or become aware in the distance that there's this beautiful, pearly white iridescent light that is shining through this opening. Take a breath, and as you release that breath, let light take you to and through that space, into the vast, open, tingly white space of the Creator of all that is. And in this space, there's no time. There's nothing for you to do, to dream, to manifest, because everything already is. This is a space of unconditional love and unconditional acceptance. And when you think Creator, you are there. I want you to take a breath and breathe in that beautiful energy. And as you release that breath, let it simply flow into the top of your head like a beautiful white waterfall of light, filling every part of your being. And then I want you to place your hand on your heart as I read this beautiful prayer for you by Vina Stable, the creator of this soulmate, Finding Your Soulmate with Theta Healing course. Creator of all that is, all that I can and will be, today, upon my request, I give as a prayer to Thee. I pray that I will find my person, the one who is for me, the one who can join with me and allow me to be free. I pray that this person will be the one and only one, the one who makes my heart grand, makes it feel grand, to become as one with me. I pray to you, hear my plea, and I will find the one for me. Over the waters and over the sea, I know there is one for me. I pray that I will find them soon, and that they will find me, that we will live our lives together as one, with the knowing that being with another may not be easy, with the knowing that being with another can be a challenge. This is just the thing that fills me with glee. I pray that I will find the one to share my life, to watch the sunsets and laugh and play with me, to grow together until we are very old, until the time to leave has come. I pray that we will leave together for a higher plane, This true love I do deserve. With this request, I now pray that I will soon be served. Thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done. Show me with love. I want you to breathe that in and go up to that creator space, that beautiful space of the creator. When you think creator, you are there. I want you to imagine going through a beautiful pool of silver, diamond, pure light, love, that will wash you clear, and you breathe that in. As you release that breath, let it flow in through the top of your head, through every muscle, molecule, and cell, through your body, grounding into the earth. Take a breath and draw energy from the earth. Fill your whole body with energy and vitality from the earth. And in a moment, I'm going to count from 1 to 3. And at the count of 3, you will open your eyes, you will be wide awake, you will be present, you will feel clear, you will have no side effects whatsoever, and you will just feel present and alive. 1, taking a nice deep breath. Let's move the arms, the legs, the feet, the back, the neck, the shoulders. 2, hear the sounds around you. Become aware of the body. On the next count, you will open your eyes, you will feel wide awake, refreshed, revived, energized, present, feeling like you had the best sleep that you've ever had in your life. 3, open the eyes, wide awake, present, revived, energized, revitalized. Deep breath in. Okay? And I'm same as Vinus Tybal. I'm going to say to you that it is my hope that I've helped you on this journey to a compatible soulmate. Good luck. And you know what? I can almost say one of the most enlightened things that you can be on this planet is to be solely with another person. It can bring so much happiness and joy and upliftment in your life. From my heart, I wish you everything of the best. If you are interested in booking services with me, sessions with me, the details are in the description. I work in person, I work online, very passionate about what I do. I look forward to connecting to you soon. From my heart, namaste, love and light.